thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Melissa with 1S, but you can call me Mel, and today I bought my first plant of 2021. I just finished work and I saw that a greenhouse by my home, the one I typically go to, got a new stock or a new shipment of this plant that I bought. And it may have been an impulse buy, but I'm justifying it because I was gonna buy it back in the fall, but then I held off, and then finally now I'm like, you know what, let me just buy it because obviously I'm still thinking about it. And I'm excited to go pick it up. I'm gonna take you with me. So we're about to head out, and then when we come back, I'm gonna chat with you a little bit about what I do and what I don't do when I bring a plant home. So yeah, so give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this kind of video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Just a shout out to my subscribers. Super excited that you guys are enjoying this content. So yeah, let's go. So here is my first plant that I have purchased for 2021, and it is the Philodendron Birkin. I think it's just such a beautiful plant. I delayed buying it just because, like I mentioned, I was going to buy it back in the fall, but I really just wanted to make sure I wanted it and wanted it part of my collection versus just buying it because of the hype. So I was still thinking about it, which is why I decided to go ahead and purchase it. And I don't know, I just love the fact that you get a variegated plant at a good price versus, you know, some of the other more rare, fancier plants that are pretty high in price these days. So I'm okay with something like this for now. And it also even has a new growth point. If I can focus on it, you see it there. Oh my gosh, so it's letting me know that the plant is happy. Now the one thing I noticed is that you can see quite a bit of the roots up top, as you see there. So I may end up just potting it in a grow pot that's a bit bigger, or at least taller, because this is quite short. That way I can put some soil at the top and then some soil at the bottom. But I'm just going to wait a few days, and then I will check in with you again before I repot it, and just so that we can see how it looks like. All right folks, so it has been a few days. I'm gonna go ahead and repot the plant. One thing I did forget to record is what I did after I took it out of the bag and recorded that clip is I did spray down the leaves. So I do have a spray bottle from the dollar store, and I put some dish soap, some hot water, and just a bit of vinegar. And I just sprayed down the plant, and I wiped it down with just a soft cloth. After that, I did inspect the plant, make sure that there wasn't any pest issues, and it was great because there wasn't anything that came out of my inspection. So I did feel safe to bring the plant into my plant/office space, like you see behind me. So I did leave it on this table for a few days, and now I'll go ahead and repot it. Now that may be wrong of me to not completely isolate the plant, because I know a lot of people do, just to be safe. But I don't know, one thing I've learned is not to worry too much, because I think we can definitely start doing that. So just after my initial inspection of looking for pests, I didn't find anything, and I felt okay to bring it in here. So yeah, so now I'm going to repot it, just because, like I said, this pot is quite small, and it's not as tall as like a normal grow pot. but I will be just placing some soil at the bottom and then some at the top. So this is the one I will be transferring it into. I'm not going to worry too much about up potting it just yet, just because I don't want to shock the plant too much. So yeah, so let's go ahead and inspect the roots. That's something that you do want to do. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so there you see the roots. They are very healthy, which is awesome. That's what you want to see. And the one leaf is drooping a bit, so this is the time where I'd like to change the pot, just because I don't like to up pot or repot in moist soil. I'd rather let it dry out a bit and then transfer it. It just makes it easier, for me at least. You can let me know if you do it otherwise and what your experience is. So I'll put some soil at the bottom. This soil mixture, I just put some of it. It's pre-mixed soil that I have in a container, and it has some orchid bark, some perlite, some mix of tropical soil and cacti soil. So I will just place some of that at the bottom, and I'm going to plop that in there. And I'm just going to try to redirect some of these roots downwards, and I'm going to add some soil on the top. And it's okay to be messy. For me, I don't mind it. It's kind of therapeutic to play with soil, and then I'll just clean up afterwards. The other reason why I did want to change the pot is because the plant's quite flimsy, just because it's holding from the bottom. And I want to maybe try to help it anchor itself and grab onto the soil from the different aerial roots that are coming out from the sides. So I'm just going to pat it down a bit, add a little bit more. Just like that. Now this may not be its home for long. Maybe in a month or two I will up pot it to see how it is, and obviously I want it to grow and be full. So that will also just help the plant out, because it is a little root bound, I would say, but not enough, I would say right now, for me to actually up pot it. So I'm just gonna pat it a bit, shake it a bit, just like that. And already I can tell that it's helping the plant stabilize itself a bit more. And then I'm just gonna water it until the water seeps from the bottom, because this does have drainage. And I'm gonna leave it like that for, like I said, a month or two. And if I feel like I should up pot it because it's already maybe outgrowing this little pot, then I will do so. But since it's a new plant, I will just observe it for a bit, monitor it, and make sure that it's acclimating well. I do have grow lights in this room, which will be helpful for the plant to continue to grow and thrive. Because it is coming from a greenhouse and a garden center, right, where they have great conditions, high humidity. So I will try my best to transition it well with lighting and water, and also humidity, because I do have a humidifier. But other than that, that's basically what I do when I first bring in a new plant to the family and into my collection. You can leave a comment down below to let me know if there's any other tips that you would recommend that you do that you feel have been helpful for your plants when bringing them home. But yeah, so that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't have a cameraman today, so I tried my best. I hope it turned out well. And thank you to all my subscribers. I'm almost at 300, and it's encouraging for me, especially because I wasn't too sure if people were going to be able to relate. But I think the whole plant parent situation is really coming full force. There's a lot of people engaging in that hobby, which is super awesome. And I hope these videos are entertaining and make you kind of motivated to take care of your plants and maybe add a plant to your home. So give it a thumbs up if you do like this video, and subscribe, or put a thumbs down if this wasn't really your cup of tea, and it just gives me a better idea of what content will be helpful on my channel and what's helpful for you guys. All right, so take care and I will see you soon.